What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Horizon Forbidden West. In the last episode, we managed to upgrade our North Thunder Warrior all the way up to level 4, unlocking all of its skills and all of its weaves, and giving it almost max stat boots across the board. We almost have completely negated our frost and glow blast damage, which is pretty nice. Our damage penalties, I should say. We also helped Zoe find the parts that were necessary to help repair all of the land gods that she's working on. And we're going to be following up with her soon. But today we are here in Camp Nowhere, a place that I actually did not notice in my initial, like when I was scanning over the entire map, seeing what we missed. I missed this place, so we're kind of backtracking to come here because we do actually have a quest from, what is his name? Is it Pogruff? Is that what it is? Yeah, Porguff. Okay, yeah, we haven't talked to this guy in a long time, but we're gonna be following up with him again.
Everything okay there, Porguff?
Ah, my steel flame friend, behold.
Oh, your lockbox. The one I found in the tunnel.
Just the one. It was bequeathed to me when my dear ma passed. Never could get the damn thing open, but the lock must have broken off when the rockbreaker attacked. Haven't seen its contents at long last. I want Martha to have it. My sister. She could use it more than me.
Hold on. If it was given to you, why couldn't you get it open?
I lost the key. You know how it is with small objects, big hands. Not that you know how it is exactly. I mean, your hands are dainty, of course. No, not dainty. Well forged. That's it.
Porguff.
All right, I stole the box. It was supposed to go to Martha, but I just wanted something of my ma's to remember her by.
So the box rightfully belongs to your sister, and now you want to return it. What was inside that made you change your mind?
Nothing. I just thought she'd want it back. She and my ma were close. Me, well, guess you could say I was always the stray spark.
All right, Porguff. Sounds like you want me to give this box to your sister. Where is she?
That is a good question. I know she was working in Chain Scrape last.
Huh. I have a friend there. I could ask her.
Haha! Well forged and well connected.
If I'm in the area, I will try to find your sister. At least to hear her side of the story.
Okay. Well, if you see Martha, tell her I still remember the flying keg.
I bet Petra would know where I can find Martha.
So we're going all the way back to freaking Chain Scrape. That is... Wow, that's a place we have not been to in a while. Well, why don't we set that as our quest and just fast travel all the way over there? Golly, this is a blast from the past. We haven't been here in, I mean, how many dozens of episodes? It's kind of insane. We're going to talk to Petra, who's obviously inside the pub. We haven't spoken to her in a while either about things in general. I wonder if there's anything else we could follow up with her on from forever ago. My goodness, it's like I almost don't even recognize the place. It's been so freaking long since we were last in here. Almost a year since I recorded the episodes that put us in here. That's how crazy long it's been.
So what's new, Aloy Machine Hunter?
How are the refugees doing?
They keep to themselves mostly, but they have food and shelter. Some even found work around town. Good thinking, giving them that Stormbird heart.
I'm glad it helped. I hope they can get back on their feet.
I'll keep checking up on them.
Then they'll be just fine. Hey, I'm looking for an Osram named Martha. She might be working here in Chain Scrape. Do you know her?
Martha? Yeah, of course. Tough gal. Puts her back into her work. Not like the drunken louts around here. Why are you looking for her?
I met her brother out west. He asked me to return a family heirloom to her.
Huh. I didn't know Martha had a brother. Anyway, last I heard she was doing a job out by those old Karja signal towers. Northeast of here.
Thanks.
Ostrom family squabbles ain't pretty. Best of luck wading into that muck.
I'll see you around, Petra.
Until next time.
I like her. She's a really good character. Always have liked her. And I've probably said that earlier in the Let's Play too, but goodness me. The voice, it's just another one of those cases where the voice actress really brings a lot to that character. Okay, so we need to meet Marsa at a signal tower, which is probably not too far from here. Now, originally, I probably would have had to do some climbing, but given the fact that we now have something else that will help us out, I think I'm going to make use of that instead and just kind of cut down on the travel time. If it apparently it can't reach there, how about if I come out on the roads here? There we go. All right. Apparently I was still within the bounds of the town. Let's see here. I'm going to go all the way up.
My sister should be working around here. I have a feeling she would be thrilled to hear from her brother.
Yeah?
At least she'll get her lockbox back.
There's actually a, interesting. Oh, no. Get back on. Get off. Thank you.
Those vines blocking the way into the tower.
I didn't know this was actually here. Let's install this really quickly. Let's see what we can find. Is she down here somewhere? I mean, there's these. Maybe she's down below. Let's see. Is this not the actual tower we needed? Is it further down? I honestly don't know. Oh, there she is. Okay, hold on. Let's go slowly. All the way. Sorry to drop in on you like this, Marsa. But I found a little secret up there, and I kind of wanted to have it.
Marsa?
Yeah? What's it? Oh, the Normaid. How do you know my name?
I, met your brother, Porguf, out west. He asked me to give you this.
My ma's lockbox. That miserable chuff stole this from me. By the forge, he broke the lock too.
Actually, that was from a rock breaker.
Oh, so he's dead then?
No. After he saw what was inside, he wanted you to have it.
No. Then I guess guilt finally caught up with him. Let's see here. A jewel. Surprised he didn't pocket it for himself. And a letter. It's from my mom. Her last wish was that I make amends with Porguf. That doesn't make sense. Porguf caused her, all the family, so much grief. Always running off to chase easy shards instead of helping Dad at the forge. Why would I want him back in my life?
If Porguf read that letter, then maybe he wants to make amends too. He also asked me to tell you that he remembers the flying keg.
That lug. When we were kids, we used to grab a metal panel and slide down this big hill. But one day, Porguf got the idea to use an old keg. He climbed inside and off he went. Only, he didn't stop at the bottom of the hill. That keg kept rolling with Porguf still inside, right off a ledge. You'd think the keg sprouted wings the way it soared. Then splash, right into the lake. Thought he drowned for sure, but he lugged himself out onto the shore and shouted, "Again!"
Sounds like a good memory.
Think that might be the only time I can remember us not fighting. Just lying there by the lake, laughing till it hurt to breathe. When you met my brother, did he look okay?
As well as you can expect for someone out in the middle of the desert. You could see for yourself.
Nah. I mean, I heard some folks are headed out that way, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Thank you for bringing me this. Here, for your troubles.
Thank you. If you decide to go, you'll find your brother at a place called Camp Nowhere.
Of course he'd end up nowhere.
And there we go. We got a Bellaback Circulator and some iron ingots for our trouble, as well as some skill points. Nice. I'm actually going to spend some of these into what apparently is the last perk I forgot to unlock, which is down here at Heavy Weapon Plus. Main reason being, I wanted to get all these done, but I also want to actually work on this one next, Knockdown Shot, which is actually a pretty useful skill. I'm surprised I didn't unlock earlier. Probably the best one for the actual Hunter bow. We get Oseram Wayfarer. Nice. I can actually pair that with one of my Oseram gears, although I think I've already worn basically all of the Oseram outfits at this point. Now then, we're going to be heading back. And I said we're going to be going deeper into Tenakth lands, past the Grove and whatnot, but I think actually I want to stop off at the base for the remainder of this episode and talk to Erend, Zoe, and Katalo and see their and kind of follow up with all 3 of their little quests so that we have more places to go to for the next few episodes. Just get all that out of the way so we don't have to backtrack there again. So, and I mean, well, we will backtrack there, but only right before we get to the actual final quest. So I will see you all at the base in just a moment. And we are back. Now, obviously, it wants me to do Singularity, but I have honestly no interest in doing that right now. I've got second verse activated, so we'll talk to Zoe first, and then we'll worry about the other 2 immediately after the fact. All right, Zoe, let's talk. As far as this is concerned, by the way, I do want to also point out one thing really quickly, because I ended the last episode over at the hunting grounds for Shearside Mountains. We will do that here probably in the next couple of episodes very, very soon, just taking a pause on it for the time being. But yeah, let's speak to Zoe, and I always forget that I have to go around the counter to actually talk to her.
Aloy, we're ready to meet you at the rendezvous point whenever you call.
Fighting the Zeniths isn't going to be easy.
Nothing you do ever is. At least, now you don't have to do it alone.
Thanks.
Oh, before I forget, I'd like to discuss the land gods again, if you have time.
Any progress with your plan for the land gods? Is the reboot code ready?
It is. But there is difficult work ahead. Gaia warned me that because the land gods are linked together in a network, the code must be delivered to all of them. Most are in Plainsong, but in recent years, 3 of them wandered off. So, T, and Do.
We have to find them?
No, we know where they are, but they're hard to reach. So, wandered into a lake and sank. Do ventured into a dangerous canyon, and T broke down amidst a herd of machines.
Okay, tell you what. You go to Plainsong, handle all the land gods there. I'll take care of So, T, and Do. I'll need their locations, plus the reboot code.
I'm sending the data to you now. My people made shrines near where each land god faltered. When you see them, you'll know you're close. And once again, thanks for your help.
We're not gonna let your people starve, Zoe. I promise. I should go. I'll let you know when I'm ready to head to the base.
Before you do, there is one favor I would ask of you.
What is it?
You placed this focus in my care, and gave me the highest calling an Utaru has ever known. If I should fall in battle, I'd like you to be the one to bury my seed pouch. For the both of us.
So,
make sure you stay alive to do so.
let's just try to all come back home. Okay?
Well, I think Doe is the one that we actually happened upon before, so we're going to have to head out that way. That's why it says install the reboot code, because that's the one I've already discovered. We should be able to just walk right up to that one and free it immediately. Let's talk to Aaron.
Aloy, aren't we meeting at the beach near the Zenith base?
We are. I just wanted to check in on everyone first. We're finally doing this.
Never thought I'd be off on a mission to take down a bunch of immortals from the stars. I can hear the drinking songs already.
I found out more about the Sons of Prometheus. They definitely have a base. It's a place called First Forge. We just have to find it.
First Forge? All right, that's it then. I know where that is.
You found one of them? A Sons of Prometheus operative?
He was posing as a Delver, but my focus locked onto his. When he saw me coming, he ran. I caught up with him. He tried to crush his focus, but there was still data on it. A bunch of locations and coordinates. One of them was called First Forge. I didn't know what it meant till now.
Nice job.
You know me. Ancient tech expert.
Send me those coordinates, okay?
Now hold on, Aloy. I'm coming with you. Asera is the last of a line of killers that murdered Ursa. And I need to be there when she goes down.
Of course. Send me the location and I'll call you when I'm close.
All right then.
I guess I should get going.
I'll see you at the rendezvous point. With my hammer ready.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
All right, now let's talk to Katalo. Make sure that I actually have his quest set for this as well. Mostly just because I don't actually know where he's standing. I'm also going to talk to Alva and, well, I'm going to try to talk to actually everybody before we get out of here, because at this point we might as well. Let's speak. If it'll... I'm sorry, I did not mean to hop over your map table like that.
Haven't seen you since the battle at the Grove. How are you holding up?
I saw you fly on the wings of the Ten, and paralyze Regala's army with lightning. I would say that I am inspired.
Thank you, I guess.
It is I who should be thanking you. All that remains is to follow you to the end, whatever that will be.
We're lucky to have you on our side.
Oh, and by the way, I was hoping we could finally discuss this new arm of mine, if you have the time.
You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it, and I want you to be there.
Okay. How are we doing this?
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regala's tremor tusk? Right where the river bends?
Sure, if you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
You'll see when we get there. I promise.
Then I'll let you know when I get close.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
I'll see you soon then.
It will be my honor.
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regala's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the Ten guide your way.
Okay, let's go talk to... Yeah, let's go talk to Alva. And actually, let's talk to you first.
Well done, Aloy. Despite my reservations, you managed to secure Sylens and his weapon. You're truly a shining example of Liz's fortitude.
I've been thinking about what you said at your house. How you were friends with Elizabeth. It was more than that, wasn't it?
Perceptive as ever. You're right, we were together for a time.
Okay, so... what happened?
I was an orphan. I had always been alone. By my 30s, I was starting to wonder if that was simply my fate in life. And then I met Liz. We kept running into each other at conferences. We'd have coffee. At some point, it became drinks. I thought it was just shop talk, an exchange of ideas, but then I was surprised at how much I looked forward to seeing her. Soon we were flying halfway across the world every other week just to meet up. For the first time, I didn't feel lonely. I could imagine a future where I wasn't. I think Liz felt the same way at first. She had lost her mother a few years back. I filled a void for her. I know I did. But as time passed, it seemed as though she wanted less when I wanted more. And so we ended things.
So helping me, restoring Elizabeth's dream, it's what,
a second chance, yes. I made a mistake leaving Earth while Liz stayed behind. I should have done more. So when I saw you, a woman who has carved her own remarkable path, beyond even what made Liz a phenomenon, I knew I had to help you. To do right by her.
Okay, there's so much to go over here in particular that this is the kind of stuff I think I'd like to say before we get to the actual finale itself. So I'm just going to say that's all for now.
I'll let you know when it's time.
I'll be here until then. And thank you, Aloy, for giving me this chance. My past has always been a struggle. More than once I've lost everything. But when I look to the future, I see Liz's dream fulfilled. A universe of new possibilities.
Maybe we can make it happen.
We will. I won't let anything get in the way. I promise you that.
Yeah, we'll have more of those talks a little bit later. There's obviously, we need to go over each of the individual things with everybody in here, but I just want to see how and make sure everybody's doing okay. Well, actually, I was going to talk to Alva there, but it doesn't look like she actually has anything to add to the situation, so maybe we'll save her for a little bit later. Maybe Sylens has something, possibly.
Bravo. You managed to sway a Zenith to your side. Care to explain?
Not a chance. I thought you said the weapon was ready.
There's always room to optimize. But that's not why you're here. I assume you want to comprehend my undertakings. So, ask away.
Since when were you so forthcoming?
Since you turned this into a waiting game. And as it seems you have found modest success, perhaps I'm willing to be generous.
All right, Sylens. I'll bite with you.
Okay, so your big plan, everything you've been manipulating for the last few months. Let me see if I got this straight. You learned about the Zeniths from Hades when you interrogated it. Then you came up with a plan to defeat them by using a Tenakth army and that weapon. And to get the Tenakth to fight for you, or rather the Sons of Prometheus, armed Regalla's rebels with override tech.
Did you have an actual question, or are you still playing catch-up?
So all this time, even before I found the coordinates at the Spire, you were out here scheming. Why couldn't you just tell me?
When I learned of the Zenith's return to Earth, I laid out my plans. I knew I would one day require an army of overzealous Tenakth to assault the Zenith base. The casualties would be extreme. And I knew you would never allow such a sacrifice, no matter how necessary. Thus, I devised a means to remove your interference from the equation at the Hades Proving Lab.
You wanted me to surrender to the Zeniths at the Hades Proving Lab. They almost killed me.
Based on everything I knew about them, I concluded they would find you a useful asset, thereby keeping you out of harm's way and, more importantly, out of my way.
So you really didn't know they had their own clone of Elizabeth?
No. Unfortunately, there was no way I could have known that particular detail.
Detail? Well, I guess if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here today. Why create the Sons of Prometheus? You didn't need a Sarah to make override tech.
They were a necessary safeguard. My time serving Hades and the Eclipse demonstrated the risks of getting directly involved. Through the Sons of Prometheus, I could execute my plans, all while remaining anonymous.
Except to a Sarah. How did you get a Sarah to work for you?
I knew there was an associate of the Oseram tinker, Durval, who escaped his failed assault on Meridian. It was trivial to track her down and gain her cooperation. She wanted to succeed where Durval had failed.
So you promised her Regalla and the Tenakth. The Sarah would help you create a machine-riding army that wanted to see Meridian burn as much as she did.
And so a partnership was born out of thirst for blood, bonded in mutual self-interest.
You think you had everything figured out, huh?
I did.
Why help Regalla take over? If you wanted an army, you could have just gone to Hekarro.
Before Regalla's rebellion, Hekarro was only concerned with battling machines and fostering friendships with the Karja. Even if I gained his ear, he would never agree to send his forces to battle a threat he couldn't understand.
So helping a bloodthirsty exile was easier?
Yes, exceedingly so. All Regalla craved was war against the Karja and anyone who threatens the Tenakth. She would have led the tribe into battle without question, which was precisely what I needed.
Tell me about the weapon. How does it work?
I've upgraded the delivery system. It now emits a wave-like effect covering a significant distance.
That doesn't fully answer my question.
No, but I'd be a fool to reveal its inner workings. After all, why did you withhold your plan for dealing with the Zenith drones? Yes, even you can appreciate the value of secrecy when warranted. Suffice it to say that the weapon will work. The intricacies of how is knowledge that is mine alone.
While I was out there, I had a couple run-ins with the Quen.
The tribe from across the ocean. And?
Their entire tribe was shaped around the discovery of focuses. One of them, Alva, even joined me here. Don't you want to know more about them?
No. They stumbled upon the greatest technological artifact from the ancient world, and what did they do with it? They shrouded the knowledge they unearthed in mysticism and taboo, creating a pantheon out of corporate shields.
Yes, well, it also led them to Thebes.
Did it now?
So those run-ins with the Quen I mentioned. On one of them I teamed up with their expedition to search Thebes. We found Pharaoh at the end.
You must have needed Omega clearance. So, what was it like?
Worse than you can imagine.
He single-handedly wiped out collective human knowledge. I'm sure it was still less than he deserved.
Let me guess. You would have scraped him into a jar so you could prod his brain, like what you did with Hades.
For a start.
All right, Sylens, I think I've talked to you long enough. I'll let you know when it's time to go. And try not to mess with Tilda while you're in here, okay? I don't need the two of you butting heads.
Ah, yes. About your Zenith ally. I wonder if you understand what kind of person you're dealing with. For someone to live as long as she has, outlast as many calamities, well, your goals may be aligned now, but I'd watch for the moment they diverge.
Yeah, I'm aware. Reminds me of someone else I know.
Survival is only a necessity to my greater purpose, Aloy. I'd hoped you'd recognize that by now.
Do you know something or not?
Oh, I know a great deal of things. But on this, just call it a feeling.
Oh, a feeling? You mean you finally had one? Huh. Guess even you can change, Sylens.
Okay, you know, probably my least favorite thing about the story in this game, out of everything else that we deal with on a constant basis and that we listen to, is I almost want to call it forced conflict between Aloy and Sylens pretty much throughout this entire story, because in the frickin' first game, they had come to an understanding. They kind of saw each other as equals in their understanding of the way that the world works, and I really appreciated that conclusion. Now they're just all pissed off at each other again, and I don't get it. I really don't understand the need for that at all. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, I know that they came up with a reasoning for it, quote unquote, but they're so much better when they're talking to each other with an understanding and like at a higher plane than Aloy can converse with anyone else. When she can talk to Sylens with the exact same level of knowledge that she uses in her own little monologues, if that makes sense. That's when I think those two characters are at their best, when they both know and actually grasp what's going on when no other characters in the entire game can. And I know you can get that a little bit from Tilda, but that's only here at the end of the game, and it's just not the same. They're condescending nature while still being, I guess, just intelligent and wise at the same time is what I like about it. That's what makes them have probably the most interesting back and forth there is. Lance Reddick and Ashley Birch together is just such an amazing duo, and I really don't like how the game sort of derailed that relationship. It's probably my least favorite thing about this story. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. All right. So, second verse is going to evolve going back to Utaru lands. This is where two of the land guards are, and the third one is obviously up here in the canyon. That one will be very simple because we've already pretty much unlocked the way to it. However, we're going to actually be starting the episode out here near the Bulwark. We're going to be doing the hunting grounds, Shearside Mountains. That's going to be the first thing I do. We got a little unknown spot over here as well. In fact, I think I'll start from the campfire and make my way up to it, and then we'll go to the hunting grounds. Then we can double back and head on over this way. We got First to Fly. We've got What Was Lost, all this stuff that we can take care of within this area and mostly focus on for the next little while. And then you can see I've also got a few more unknown spots to hit over here. That'll take a couple of episodes to do. We'll go back to second verse probably 2, 3, 4 episodes from now. So, but I promise we'll get back to it. I have a plan. With all that said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode very, very much, and I'll see you all in the next one.